Hey everyone, it's Andy's free guitar charts videos here. We're going to be diving right into two charts today. 395, playing half diminished chords using the local Locrian scales from each of the modes. And of course, what I do want to take a look at is today's chart, which is more recent. It's more invived into my head, which is the chart 396 I just finished up this morning, branched modal scale patterns. Of course, they apply to the Locrian, and we're going to bop back to the Locrian if we get bored with this. So what I want to show you is we're going to cut to the chase with chart 396 here, the branched modal patterns. How does that work? Okay, let's just zoom in on the little comment section down here. Example, say the parent key is C. Okay, so we have a parent key of C. With my guitar, C is down tuned. I'm down tuned. So here's your guitar, your E-shaped E. Here's a person who has a down D-tuned guitar. Mine's down C-tuned guitar. Okay. Now why does that not sound like a C? Because that's the C shape, okay, that is actually, I guess it would be 2 whole steps down from the C, the E shape there. So you got your E and the D shape, and then A flat. Okay, so that's why that didn't sound exactly right. So if I wanted to do that C pattern there, we'd have to do the long pattern there. If we wanted to do a pentatonic on that C, okay, we would have to do the long pentatonic pattern, which is just going to take us right up into the D short pentatonic pattern anyway. There's your D-shaped C. Okay, so let's see if we can bring this out of the mud here. Alright, and I thought it might come up out of the mud. It didn't. So say the parent key is C. You are playing a song in A minor, the 6th modal scale of C. Okay, so here's C, and here's A minor, the 6th modal scale of C, where it's up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The Aeolian scale, and it has a dominant 7th, but it's a minor. So that's similar to a few of the other modes too. If you're just playing chords, they have dominant 7ths, and then the Lydian has a major 7th, and the Ionian has a major 7th. Okay, so let's move along here in this statement. By the way, I worked on this on a word processor and then put it onto as part of the chart to carbon freeze it forever. The 6th modal scale of C. Instead of counting 6/7 root on the bottom string, we rename the 6th scale degree as a new root, and we count root 2, 3. Now notice there's a whole step in between root and 2, as there is in the 6th modal scale. So if this is my C, C, D, E, F, G, A would be the 6th modal scale. So the 6/7 root there, we're going to recount, would be 6 whole step to a half step there. We're going to recount that as root 2, 3. That's what that's saying. That's when the fun begins, but it doesn't stop there. So we count root 2, 3, 4 to yourself, or we're going to count it out loud in the lesson, while following that Aeolian sixth pattern, root 2, 3, 4. So let's look at that. So we have the long pattern stacks and the short pattern stacks. The short pattern stacks drift to the left towards the fret nut. The long pattern stacks drift to the right, away from the fret nut. So if we're at the fret nut or the capo, we want to use the long pattern stacks. Here for the root chord, this is the key of C, root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root 2, 3, 4, 5. Now watch what happens. 6, 7 root is moved up 1. Okay. Now remember, 3, 4, 5 was already 1 off of the fret nut there. 6 is going to be just only 1 fret above that. 6, 7 root. So that was our friend, the E flat. Okay, and then we have the D on top of that, 2, 3, 4. So this is the pattern we're going to be playing. It's the same in the long and the short. 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4 here. 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. It's the same section, that S4E section. So this is back one chart here. We have our little Locrian brick wall here, which is the P4. Bottom 4 strings right here is in P4 tuning, and then between the G and the B string is only a third, and then back to a fourth between the B and the high E string. So we have 7 root 2, 3, 4, 7, sorry. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root. Now this is an octave above where we started. 6, 7 root in that Aeolian. Okay, and then we have 2, 3, 4 on top of that. So that's our little Locrian S4E, because there's 4 strings with the E string shape. Remember, E string shape is the bottom string of the E box in caged. Remember, caged, E box, D box, that's the E, D in caged. Then we start C over again. These are all the same chord in different inversions, different 5-note inversions kind of thing. Not 3-note inversions, 5-note inversions really, which includes that. And then we have the A shape, C, A, and then to G, if I could play it. Okay, and then way up here we'll have the D shape, which is also down here. Alright. Oh yeah, I skipped the E shape. My bad. After G is E. I thought that was a little bit far. I'm not really thinking that well. Okay, so let's finish up now. We're going to play that 6th pattern. Now we're going to play that 6th pattern, but we're going to recount it. We're going to follow that root 2, 3, 4. Now look at any 6. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the Aeolian 6 here. Okay, the problem is in this diagram, the Aeolian 6 is the 6th of the 6th. So it's actually an F. Now let's go up to the root fretboard, the Ionian, offset of 0, right? Here's our G-shaped Aeolian 6th, 6, 7, root 2. Okay, and of course we know it's G-shaped because that would be the bottom string in the G box, would be 6, 7, root 2. Why is that? Look at this. Here's